The Prime Minister also talked about other things in his Morningside interview, including the CBC, which is said to be facing drastic cuts in the coming years. Paul Adams now with that story.
Pleasure, and we cannot spare anybody, including CBC.
Sitting in a CBC studio, the Prime Minister defended the cuts, and he disputed the CBC's claim it had a promise it wouldn't be cut again this year.
Was there an undertaking to Mr. Manera that there would be no further cuts?
Not from me. No government.
Was there from Minister Dupuis?
No, I don't think so. I think that probably a minister will always say that I will fight to maintain this level of budget. But no minister is in a position to promise what would happen, even the Prime Minister.
Less than 24 hours earlier, the CBC president, Tony Manera, announced his resignation in a closed-circuit broadcast to employees. For personal reasons, he said. But he also talked about grim news the government had given him about CBC funding this year, next year, and the year after that.
That shortfall has now become $350 million.
The Bloc Québécois and the Reform Party seized on those figures, much larger than anything contained in the budget, which only talks of a 4% cut in 1995.
Mr. Speaker, the minister has a secret agenda about the future of the CBC, which he has failed to disclose.
The government has given a clear indication of what it does and in the budget, and that is to fix the CBC budget for next year, and all the rest is invention.
In fact, CBC News has learned that on Monday, Budget Day, Manera was handed this document by a senior official in Michel Dupuis' department and told that it represents the department's current thinking about what future levels of CBC funding will be. The document clearly refers to 3 years of reductions, leading to what it calls an adjusted reference level of $839 million, about 23% below the CBC's current funding level.
You should make no assumption.
Dupuis says no decisions will be made about the CBC's future funding until a review of its legal mandate later this year. But his own department's document suggests the purpose of that review may be to come up with a mandate for a substantially smaller CBC. Paul Adams